Hey, all, good afternoon. Welcome to the GI Justin channel. I have a really, really serious issue, especially for myself and for everybody else who has sacrificed for America and Afghanistan to talk to you guys about today. And it really is a touchy subject for me and for a lot of people. And what that really has to deal with is today the CENTCOM commander. CENTCOM is the U.S. Central Command. CENTCOM kind of covers Western Asia and most of the Middle East, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq. Basically, what happened is General Michael Correa, who is the CENTCOM commander, testified before the Armed Services Committee Thursday that the ISIS group operating in Afghanistan will likely have the ability to conduct external operations against the United States and its allies within 6 months, meaning that 6 months from now, the same people who had these ideas for 9/11 and the same plans and the people who carried out 9/11 will be capable of creating attacks against the United States, again, using Afghanistan as the base for what they're doing. Um, Basically said specifically, it is the commander's estimate that they can do an external operation against U.S. or Western interests abroad in under 6 months with little to no warning, and it will be a significantly difficult thing for us to respond to, basically. And that again is extremely terrifying to me because, like I said, I mean, that's where the basis of 9/11 came from. I mean, that was where Osama bin Laden was when 9/11 happened. You know, he was hiding in Afghanistan, and to say that they are going to be capable of this within 6 months is extremely frustrating because we had evidence when we were there of some very, very terrible atrocities being committed at the behest of ISIS in Afghanistan and the Taliban. For instance, I mean, these people are evil enough that it was actually criminal to teach little girls how to read and write and teach them educational things. That if a teacher was caught doing that, they could be buried in the ground up to their neck and have stones thrown at them until they were dead. These are the kind of people that we're dealing with, and now you're telling me within 6 months they're going to be able to attack us. Wow, that's shocking. Another example of just stuff that I hoped we would never see again. And it's a very touchy subject for, I would say, probably me and anyone else who served in Afghanistan while we were there. You know, we sacrificed birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, you know, seeing your child walk for the first time. And, you know, not to say that it's some sort of victim culture, because we did it gladly, and if called on, I would do it again. But that's not the, you know, the point in this particular instance. Um, and you know, for me and a lot of the guys in my unit that I kind of talked to while it was happening, the departure of our troops from Afghanistan and the way we conducted it were some of the darkest days of our entire lives. You know, we sacrificed all those things, and you see the you know, the 13 American service members killed at the Kabul airport. The Kabul airport is basically an international airport. Why we chose that as the place we were going to try to stage our departure makes no sense when we had Bagram Air Force Base, which is a huge military establishment. Just doesn't make much sense to me at all. And along those same lines, the thing I think was the most heartbreaking for me and everybody else was the way we left. You know, they would come on the news, and nightly they would say, hey, okay, you know, the U.S. is this much closer to withdrawal. They've given up these bases and these bases and these bases. And here are the towns that the Taliban has taken over. You know, they've taken over the northeastern part of the country and the western part of the country. And the number of Afghan civilians requesting asylum within the United States is this number now. And you would just see, you know, airplane after airplane flying out and leaving, and helicopter after helicopter, you know, just getting people out of there. Um, when I was there, we were already starting to try to back out of a lot of the areas that we were in. And the thing that was so difficult and frustrating and kind of told us the writing was on the wall was this, you know, even 10 years into the war at that time, we would depart an area and instantly it would be back in Taliban hands. You know, the Afghan National Army did what they could, but they just didn't have the training, and a lot of them didn't have the wherewithal to fight because so many of them, it's a tribal thing and not a national thing, where they don't see themselves as Afghans. they see themselves as X, Y, and Z from this particular valley in Afghanistan. And so that was kind of, one of the really difficult things for a lot of us. But to see these C-17 airplanes sitting on the end of the runway with people crowded around them trying to just grasp and climb onto whatever they possibly could, knowing that there was not much chance of their survival in an airplane, and being that desperate to find a way out, to find a way to escape what was coming. I mean, the oppression under the Taliban was horrific. I mean, like I said, with the little girls, the things that these people are capable of is maddening. And to see us just abandoning these people. I mean, of course, we had to get out. There had to be some way for us to get the heck out of there, because we couldn't stay forever. But the manner in which we did was really, really difficult for a lot of people, I think, and me definitely. Like I said, some of the darkest days that I've had since I've been home. And to find out now that here we are 6 months removed, and they're already in a position that they can attack us very possibly here is not good. It doesn't feel nice. I can't imagine any of the other vets that I know are thinking the same thing. But it's a heck of a news story. The possibility that they could do something in America is really not good. We've got enough other problems going on right now with all this other stuff going on in the world. So I think that we're going to have to do something. I don't see us committing our forces again to Afghanistan. I mean, that would be the most grave mistake we could make. But I think we're going to have to do something about that. Maybe go back to limited airstrikes within the country. I think there's a high possibility that would be the direction we could go. But I really want to thank you guys for hopping on the channel today and checking this out. If you really like it, go ahead and hit the like button, throw me a comment, or subscribe. At the very end of the video, there's going to be a little circle with a helicopter in it. That is actually me flying in Afghanistan. And if you hit that, it'll go ahead and subscribe you to the channel, and that gives me an idea of the content you really like, so I can create more stuff like this. So if you guys have anything you want to talk about, pop it in the comments, and I'll chat with you, and we can discuss kind of what's going on with this whole situation. So thank you all so much. Have an awesome day.